Getting a sweep of the Orioles here in front of their fans doesn't happen too often. How pleased are you with this one today?
It was a really exciting series. Every game kind of took on a different look, from a really nice comeback to start us off, and then Irvin's masterpiece. And today, we kind of started fast and then had to hang on. It was a little frustrating that we couldn't take advantage and maybe increase the cushion somewhat. They stayed with the game. I thought Jose was he was good, not as good as first two games in terms of command, and the 4 hits he gives up and 3 of them are homers, but he kept them to solo shots, so he gave us a shot. And Raj had a really nice matchup with Jones there, and Davis, excuse me, and got behind 3-0 and made 3 quality pitches to get us off the field in the 8th, and then Kinsler, after the leadoff single, did his job. So it feels good. There's no question about that. You got to give these guys credit for coming out on the road here and finding a way to beat the Orioles 3 days in a row.
That 4th inning was probably the most that Jose Berrios has been tested so far in these 3 outings. What impressed you as far as how he was able to lock it down in those couple innings afterwards?
I think that when we went out there and talked to him, you can tell when he gets a little sped up and he tries to throw it a little bit harder and maybe a little too fine. We tried to get him just to go back and be free and easy and just make your pitches. And he had a good matchup with Scoop there. A lot of good long at bat, and he finally got him to chase on the off-speed pitch on the check swing. So that was a big inning as far as him staying around the rest of the game as long as he did.
And what was going through your mind at that at bat between Rogers and Chris Davis? Because he's a tough one to get out, especially in a situation like that.
He's been trying to ambush the whole series, and he did on his home run this previous at bat. And Raj tried to get ahead with a couple of breaking balls, and they were close pitches that he took. The 2-0 pitch, he kind of backed up and spun it, and that was non-competitive. But then he came back with a couple of quality fastballs and finished them with the slider. That's as dangerous as it gets, and thankfully we came out on the right side of that battle.
Kenny Vargas was as quick as he is that we saw yesterday and today, showing off the speed.
I don't know if you called quick. He ran the bases pretty well overall, although all the decisions he made took advantage of the bobble in left field. Had a couple hustle doubles. We missed an opportunity on Escobar's ball in the first inning towards the right center field gap. He kind of went back to second when he should have been closer to third. But overall, Kenny, last couple of games, I think he had 4 hits and did a nice job. Had a big hit in the first inning to get us going.
So Davis' at bat was big, but you had Taylor, Rogers in for Jones, Mercado, and Trumbo too. You have a lot of faith in
research. He hadn't faced those guys in the regular season. I'm sure they've probably seen him in spring somewhere along the way. Some of those guys are reverse splits guys in terms of they seem to handle righties almost better than lefties. I had Belial ready, Kinsler potentially for a 4-out save. But you kind of trust your gut a little bit on the matchups, and it wasn't that Matty has not done a good job for me in the 8th inning when we've had leads. I just thought that matchup was a little bit better.